Minister and Member for Hornsby.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Today I rise to pay tribute to an organisation in Hornsby who have stepped up to help our farmers in a big way. Berowra Apex has been responsible for organising a convoy of 14 cars and trailers to do a 16-hour round trip to deliver much-needed cash and supplies to farmers doing it really tough at the moment, Madam Speaker. In what started with just 5 mates getting together and offering to drive donations up to the New South Wales CWA organisations west of Cobar, grew to 14 cars and trailers packed to the brim with donations and cash, which went straight to where it was needed most. Many of the donations also included notes of support from local families. Berowra Apex, the organisation behind the wonderful Berowra Woodchop Festival, used the event to call on the community to make donations for the convoy. The community answered in a big way, and each one of the 14 trailers overflowed with goods. They also raised over $3,000 in cash donations for the festival. Berowra Apex was joined by the Sydney District Four-Wheel Drive Club and Kringai Netball Association. Ros Roots from Kringai Netball Association even put on a cow suit and collected $18,000 in cash donations, including a single donation of $6,000 as well as thousands of dollars in food and supplies. The convoy was on the road for 3 days, always ensured that they stayed together along the way. They also gave back to small towns, staying in local accommodation, fueling up in local towns and eating at local pubs. They also purchased dog food and powdered milk for the lambs from the small towns that they passed through. When the farmers are doing it tough, so are the small towns, and these volunteers wanted to be able to help them out as well. Each one of the convoy had donated their own fuel, their accommodation and food, as well as the time off work. They are truly selfless volunteers, Madam Speaker. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Nathan Gilbert and his team for their part in this convoy, and I know this has made a big difference for those families who are doing it tough in the central western New South Wales region. Berowra Apex became a fully fledged club in December 1977 and has been serving the community of Berowra and abroad ever since. They first started by cleaning the 7 barbecue areas on Berowra Waters Road. They'd also assist elderly residents by doing odd jobs around the house and mowing their lawns. It was these beginnings, giving back to the community, that have grown to see Berowra Apex become a strong force in the local community. It isn't a local event if Berowra Apex isn't involved. They put their hand up every single time, Madam Speaker. As I've already mentioned, the Berowra Woodchop Festival is one of the biggest draw cards for those living in Berowra and in the surrounding suburbs. The day is packed with entertainment for the kids, market stalls from local businesses and, of course, delicious food. There's also wood chopping events throughout the day. Along with this event is the annual movie Under the Stars, which is supported by Hornsby Council. And this event gives the community a chance to get together and enjoy a good movie and some dinner. Berowra Apex members are the kings of the barbecue. With their custom-built barbecue trailer, they answer the call for any community group wanting to run a barbecue, from local schools to charities. So if you need a barbecue, Madam Speaker, just remember you can call Berowra Apex. They're also involved with commemorative services for Anzac Day and Long Tan, along with the Red Shield Appeal and Daffodil Day. If you ask the kids of Berowra, though, their favourite thing would have to be the Santa Run. Berowra Apex go to collect Santa, and they drive him through the streets of Berowra in a custom-built sleigh. And this is a highlight for the local kids who flood the streets for a glimpse of Santa. Also during Christmas, they sell trees, make hamper donations to the Salvation Army and attend the Asquith Carols. The Apex Club have also been responsible for some local infrastructure projects. They built the bike track in Berowra Anzac Park and the seating area at Warina Street Oval, and I know those watching the Berowra Wallabies thank the Apex Club very much. Along with these community events, the group also supports Guide Dogs in the North Shore, an initiative which was started 70 years ago when Apex began. Berowra like to continue this tradition through the local branch. They also help maintain the Apex Shack in Perisher Valley, which gives families in need a snow adventure. The Drought Relief Convoy is not the first time Berowra Apex has assisted in a national emergency. In 2009, they were on hand to support bushfire victims. Once members join Apex, they get their own nickname. But today I'd like to thank the men behind those nicknames for their dedication, hard work and unwavering support to our local community. To Mark Giles, Ruud Gerriston, Brad Waters, Keith Ross Carroll, Nathan Gilbert, Mick Smart, Gavin Street, Matthew Francis, Shane Foster, Sean Feed, Barry Abrams, John Ward, Kun Chong, Mick Lynch, Charles Blaxland, Ron James, Richard Frewen, Jeffrey Harris, Stuart Montgomery, Greg Waters, David Cook, Telly Flipprance and David Manning. Congratulations to each and every Berowra Apex member. You are truly local heroes and we all support you. I want to thank you sincerely on not only behalf of a very grateful community, but those in the Central West who have been the great beneficiaries of this wonderful generosity.
Call the Minister in response.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to thank the member for Hornsby and Minister for bringing to the House such an erudite report of the activities of the Berowra Apex Club, and particularly I'm glad that he highlighted the efforts the club members, particularly Nathan Gilbert, made in leading that convoy out to assist farmers in the Central West out near Cobar. Cobar isn't in the electorate of Northern Tablelands, but certainly on behalf of the farming families and communities in my region that are doing it tough, just like those in the Central West, I want to sincerely thank, through the member for Hornsby, the members of the Berowra Apex Club. That is a tremendous effort. Governments, both at this government with over $1 billion on the table for assistance and the federal government, are doing their part, but it is wonderful to see communities from right across this state band together to support those in need, including members of the Berowra Apex Club. That is a tremendous effort to drive that far with that convoy, a wonderful gesture, and I'm sure it was very warmly welcomed.
It was a wonderful gesture.